Sebastian Junger, Tribe, on Homecoming and Belonging. Dive into the powerful and thought-provoking essence of Sebastian Junger's Tribe, on Homecoming and Belonging, as we explore the significance of tribal lifestyles, the vital role of social bonds, and the impact of wars and disasters on human psyche. Within this summary, you will uncover the allure of Native American tribes for early settlers, uncovering the foundation of egalitarianism, freedom, and communal living. Along the way, we delve into the influence of tribal societies on modern times, the paradoxically positive psychological effects of war, and the potential for healing after experiencing trauma.
The fascinating allure of Native American life. When the English arrived in America, they were awed by the wilderness and tribes whose ways of life resembled an earlier age. Cities grew by the 19th century, but Native Americans remained fiercely traditional. Europeans often emulated their way of life, while Native Americans rarely adopted European customs. Studies showed that Native American children raised by Europeans had little attachment to modern culture and usually returned to their tribes. Similarly, Europeans captured by Native Americans often became part of the tribe and rejected returning to their old families, preferring to live in familiarity. The contrast in lifestyle between the Europeans and Native Americans was not only intriguing, it was compelling enough to draw people to choose to live with Native Americans. Native American society's attraction. European colonists were drawn to Native American society due to its social structure, easygoing lifestyle, and egalitarianism. The tribal life provided freedom, pleasure, and autonomy, unlike the strict and hierarchical colonial society. The settlers found a mirror to Western society's flaws in Native American life. The Native American egalitarianism and social recognition based on hunting and warfare attracted colonists, while women enjoyed more autonomy and fewer childbirth expectations. This captivating lifestyle of the Native American tribes, which reflected society's flaws, made them irresistible to the settlers. The lesson Western societies can learn from tribal societies. Today's Western societies are affluent, but they lack personal freedom. The Kung nomads of the Kalahari Desert work no more than 12 hours a week to support their lifestyle. They divide the spoils equally among themselves, and nobody has much, but everyone has enough. In contrast, the average office worker toils more than 40 hours a week, with less leisure time and personal freedom. Although Western societies allow individual pursuit, humans are hardwired to be hunter-gatherers. The Kung live as our ancestors did for thousands of years before agriculture, and it takes at least 25,000 years for a species to genetically adapt to a new environment. Material wealth allows independence, but our DNA craves communities, leading to pathological loneliness in Western societies. The surprising effect of war. During World War II, the British government was concerned about the reaction of their citizens to bombing raids. However, the response was surprisingly different from their predictions. The citizens remained calm and resilient. Wars have been known to bring out the best in people, as seen in the decreased rates of suicide and violent crime. Émile Durkheim, a French sociologist, had observed this fact a century earlier, where psychiatric hospitals became less crowded during times of war. This was also observed in Spain during its civil war. The positive effects of war on mental health are perplexing, but it is known that men who were not allowed to participate in war had higher rates of depression. This article dives into the psychology behind this phenomenon. The silver lining of natural disasters. Natural disasters have the potential to bring a society closer by stripping away social hierarchies and returning people to their natural instincts to cooperate and support each other. Sociologist Charles Fritz discovered that survivors of natural disasters were more likely to help each other and their communities. This is because disasters simplify things and destroy the social bonds that modern life tends to tarnish. People realize that their survival depends on cooperating with others, and divisions based on wealth and race suddenly become insignificant. The idea was confirmed by the 1970 earthquake in Peru, where survivors in Junger worked together to pool their resources, share everything they had, and fight to stay alive despite the absence of external help. Natural disasters, therefore, serve as unifying forces that promote communal unity and strip away irrelevant social barriers. War, PTSD, and readjustment. War correspondent Junger shares his first-hand experience of Afghanistan, the symptoms and usefulness of PTSD in war situations, and the challenges of returning to normal life. Fighting in a war is an entirely different experience from condemning it while sitting comfortably at home. In War, Junger shares his personal experience as a war correspondent in Afghanistan, particularly the traumatic events he witnessed while accompanying Ahmad Shah Massoud, the leader of the Northern Alliance, trying to secure the Amu Darya River. The river was strategically important to the Northern Alliance in its fight against the Taliban, making it crucial to secure before winter. Junger's story highlights the dangerous reality that soldiers have to face in war zones, such as maintaining hypervigilance, sleeping lightly, and reacting to the smallest noises. It is a necessary survival tactic, although it can lead to PTSD, as Junger later experienced. PTSD symptoms can be useful in war situations, but they become a burden in everyday life. For example, depression makes it challenging to do anything when the fighting has subsided, while anger is very beneficial when you have to be ready to fight. Soldiers returning from war have to contend with readjusting to civilian life, which can be challenging after experiencing the adrenaline-fueled reality of war. Junger's powerful narrative allows readers to empathize with soldiers and understand the gravity of PTSD. Overall, War is a gripping account that puts a human face on the psychological trauma that soldiers face during and after fighting on the front lines. The power of social bonds. The deep bonds formed during war and tragedy create a sense of camaraderie and intimacy among soldiers that is hard to replicate in modern society. Everyday life lacking in communal spirit makes it harder for soldiers to readjust when they return home. Studies show that social support is crucial for psychological health, and the absence of it doubles the risk of PTSD. This is not unique to war. Survivors of the AIDS epidemic have also experienced a similar bond. The lack of social support in everyday life is detrimental to mental health and is often the root cause of PTSD. Healing traditions of Native American warriors. Native American warriors were well equipped to handle recovery from war, thanks to their culture's importance on warfare and their healing rituals. Men who were fighting had to undergo a 16-day purification ritual before returning to their peacetime roles, and the whole community participated in it. In the 1980s, Native American veterans opened up their annual powwow to include veterans from different backgrounds, and communities worldwide can learn from this healing ritual. Modern society fails to provide forums for veterans to discuss their experiences with the community, but opening town halls on Veterans Day and giving soldiers the chance to talk to their communities about their service would be a good starting point. Speaking and being heard are already the first steps on the road to recovery.
In conclusion, Junger's Tribe on Homecoming and Belonging grants us a deeper understanding of the way tribal societies function and their relevance to our modern way of life. Lessons from Native American tribes and similar traditional communities reveal that social bonds and egalitarianism form the crux of human happiness and mental resilience. Junger illustrates how individuals come together in times of crisis, growing stronger in the face of adversity. He also emphasizes the importance of developing healing rituals and supportive environments for veterans, helping them reintegrate into communities. The key takeaway is the necessity for connection and communal support in combating the loneliness and mental health issues plaguing our modern societies.